Here's what actually happens when English-speaking expats stop piecing together random gigs and instead learn a communication skill that remote companies hire for every single month. Because time, money, and risk don't disappear by waiting. They disappear when you build a skill that pays you for helping people make clear, grounded decisions. Most expats will try to create stability by taking whatever job or gig gets them through the next few weeks. I know because I did it. Teaching, tutoring, admin work, freelance tasks, customer support, just anything that buys a little bit more breathing room. But none of it stacks. None of it compounds into a long-term career. The turning point comes the moment you learn how to guide someone through a decision with honesty, clarity, and even empathy. Because that's the skill that remote companies hire for every month. And that's the foundation of remote transformational sales. And that's where stability can finally begin. So here's the thing. When people get to this point in an opportunity like this, certain thoughts naturally start popping up. Questions about time, money, risk, or even whether this is really the right move. And they are real concerns. Anyone in your shoes would feel the same. So instead of pushing those thoughts aside, let's walk through them together, one by one, and see if we can bring a little bit more clarity to help you decide your next step with a bit more confidence. So first, people think they don't have time for this. A lot of people feel this actually. If you're already tired, stretched thin, it's normal to think, I can't add one more thing. But here's the thing most people never realize. You don't need more hours. You just need something that gives your hours more value. One of our graduates, India, is a great example of this. She had twins and another child, all under 5 years old, and a part-time teaching job and a home to manage. Her schedule was packed, obviously, but she learned remote transformational sales step by step. She didn't do it perfectly, but she did do it consistently. And that small decision changed everything. Learning this skill didn't take away from her life. It actually gave her more peace, more direction, and way more confidence. Because when you put your energy into something that grows with you, your time starts working for you, not against you. And next is when people say, I don't have the money for this. Well, let's talk about that for a second. Most of the time, it's not really about the money itself. It's the fear behind it. The fear of choosing the wrong thing, the fear of stretching yourself too thin, the fear that it might not work out for you. One of our graduates, Karen, felt all of this. She didn't have the money to join. She was freelancing and doing everything she could to stay afloat. But she also knew she needed something more stable. And she saw that this wasn't just another random gig. It was a real skill that companies were hiring for every month. So she took the next step. She invested in herself and she did what she needed to do to get certified. And today, she's one of the top performers in her company. She's trusted, she's consistent, she earns well. And it's not because she got lucky, but because she learned a skill that pays her back. Here's the simple truth. Waiting usually costs more than learning the skill that solves the money problem. The longer you wait, the longer you stay in the same place. Karen didn't pay for a program. She paid for a real chance to change her path. Now, I know others have this fear about failure. And I know trying something new can be scary. You don't want to waste your time. In fact, you don't want to feel disappointed again. One of our graduates, Isaac, felt this really strongly. Before he joined, he had tried many online jobs and nothing had really worked out. He even ignored our ads at first because he just thought, sales, no way, I'll fail. But once he finally joined, he learned something really important. You don't need to be perfect. You just need support, practice, a community that helps you improve. And he stumbled at first. He asked a lot of questions, but he showed up even when he didn't feel totally confident. And then at some point, everything clicked. And by his first week on the job, he was closing double the company's expectations. And that didn't happen because he never failed. It happened because he stopped letting the fear of failure make his decisions for him. The only real failure is staying stuck where you are. And finally, some people even ask if this is really legit. And this is a good question. There is a lot of noise online and you should be really careful. One of our graduates, Anna, had the same worry. She had been seeing our ads for months and months and just kept ignoring them. She didn't know if it was real or just another online thing. She was also, though, really tired and feeling stuck. So she was actually looking to do something Finally, she looked deeper and she read the website, she watched the video, she joined a call, and she said it just felt right. And what surprised her the most was the quality of the training, the community, the structure, and the support. She certified really quickly. She applied what she learned and landed her first role on her very first interview. And she told us, I didn't expect this level of support. This is legit. So if you're asking the same questions, it's normal. Just don't let past experiences stop you from seeing something real in front of you. And as you can see, remote transformational sales isn't about pushing or convincing. It's a guided conversation that helps people get clear on what they want and choose what's best for them. Companies hire for this every month because clarity creates conversions, and conversions help their businesses grow. That's why this is a valuable skill, and that's why it's stable. So by now, you've seen what this path really looks like. You've seen the skill, you've seen the stories, you've seen what's possible. And maybe now you can see the real obstacles aren't time or money or fear or doubt. They are just signs that you care about making the right choice. And the moment you decide to learn a skill that supports your life abroad and get the tools and support needed to make it work, everything starts to feel lighter and more in your control. If you feel like this might be your next step, you can book a demo call using the link in the description, or just send us a message and we'll help you figure out if this makes sense for you. We'll talk about your goals, your situation, and see if this is actually the right fit. No pressure, just clarity, because stability doesn't come from guessing your way through online work. It comes from choosing a path that's built to support you step by step.